On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
The women value men more than they value each other,
Yes.
and you find that problematic. Like the
Yes.
woman should value the woman more than she values the man.
Women need to stick together, period. You understand? Men stay on code for one another at all times. But women, we will get into it with a woman. We'll turn all our friends against the woman. We'll be on her page. We'll be calling her kids ugly and everything over a man. And
What?
my thing is, I'm telling you, I've been a woman my whole life.
I hope so.
You know, I'm giving you a few seats. But no, straight up though.
Hey, say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
I've been a woman my whole life.
Okay.
So, you know, we have to be very serious about
Yeah,
it.
somebody in the comments say they questioning it.
No, we're not questioning, but I'm being dead serious. You know,
Okay.
like we really gotta understand that men are in abundance. And because
they're not.
The only way men are.
Our first topic of the night is.
Oh, can I do a drop before we start?
All right. Oh, come on! You interrupting the flow now. What's this drop about? Who was that said that?
Oh no, I just said happy Thursday. I just wanna. This is P Ray. I didn't introduce myself. I just greeted you.
I introduced
I'm
you.
P Ray, the hostess of the Black Excellence Hour. You didn't say that I was the hostess of my show on WVON on Sundays at 5 p.m.
I don't know anything about that, but we're not doing no free plug right now. We got to get this show started. So excuse
Thank
you,
y'all.
but let's get this show started again. As I was saying, the first topic of the night is sometimes women have to give the side chicks praise. Sometimes women have to give the side chick praise. This topic came up because so often the side chick is always the one that's getting mishandled when it comes to us, like the situations. But if you want to kind of play devil's advocate, or you want to look at the other side, you can learn a lot of things from the side chick. You know, there's a reason why there's a side chick, and you may be able to discover new things about your man that you never knew. So I just thought this might be an interesting topic, and I want to get the panel opinion about this discussion. I'm gonna start off with you, Chicago Rella. Sometimes women have to give the side chick praise. What are your thoughts about that?
Ooh. Man, I may not be the right guy for this one. I don't subscribe to the concept of a side chick to begin with. So I couldn't begin to fathom. I understand the premise in terms of the female be able to learn something from it or from her. I understand the concept of polygamy and how sister wives work. However, I don't know in the Western culture where we see successfully this concept of a side chick applied. And so, man, I know women are just as territorial as men. So I'm probably more interested to hear what everybody else got to say, because I can't even fathom or understand the whole concept of having a side chick, because it's enough dealing with one woman, let alone 2, 3, or 4 of them. So I don't know.
Chicago Rella, I know you can't admit to it, or you don't want to come clean about the side chicks, but the side chicks are out there, man.
Oh, they out there.
It's definitely a reality. So I think that we have to have this discussion. I don't want you tiptoeing around it. Let's act like they not there. They there.
No, I would never do that. Now that part I would never do either. I'm just the way that the way that the premise is laid, that the woman has to praise the side chick. I'm thinking about songs from the 70s where women would talk about, or even if you think about Shirley Murdoch, As We Lay, right? I'm thinking about those songs, and I think about the end result usually ends in trauma, turmoil, tragedy. If nothing else, somebody getting a hot cup of grits thrown on them. So I promise you, I'm definitely not tiptoeing around it. I don't subscribe personally in my personal life to the concept of having a side chick.
What?
Dead up. One at a time.
All right, before I go to UK, I want to recognize the super chats. We got Kalisa in the house as usual. We definitely appreciate you for the super chat. Okay, sometimes women have to give a side chick praise. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't think that women need to give a side chick praise. I'm not sure when that would be a time that would be applicable for people to, I mean, I don't get it. Can you explain a little further what you mean by praise the side chick?
I'm gonna paint a picture for you so you can clearly understand. So there are side chicks. You know what a side chick is, right?
Absolutely.
You know, there's a reason for the side chick, normally because the woman is not taking care of what she's supposed to, or maybe the man is just greedy. You know, there's various reasons in different situations as to why there are side chicks. So
Right.
in certain circumstances, if you pay attention or if you listen to or you see what the side chick has been doing, you can kind of learn a few things kind of based off of that. So that's why I say sometimes we got to get a side chick praise. She's not always the one that you should be attacking. You know, sometimes you got to look within yourself and try to understand as to why did your husband or your man dip off.
Oh, okay. So you're basically saying that women, if they're getting cheated on, they should say, "Oh my goodness, what can I learn from this woman that my man cheated on me with?" I don't subscribe to that, because the thing about cheating is it's not even about the side chick. It's more so an integrity situation, and I like for my man to have integrity. So if you are going to have a side chick, that is not an integral thing to do. Now, if you tell me, "Look, you're not meeting these requirements in this area or that," and then you say, "I'm about to do this, make a decision," I can respect that a lot more. But like having some side chick lying to me, deceiving, and like not standing on your word as a man, like I grew up on Wu-Tang, like word is bond. Like you can't be out here like lying and then thinking that you're going to be like someone that I'm going to respect. I respect truth and honesty and integrity. And so, no, I will not be praising side chicks. I'm not sure. I mean, I have no problem with them as humans, but as it relates to that situation, no.
Okay.
What does that mean, sir, JR?
Hmm?
What does that mean? Like, I have no problem with them as humans. What does that mean?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, you the one that said it.
You said JR, so I didn't know who you were talking to. Thanks for explaining.
Well, I wanted to make sure that he reposed the question to you, but you cut in front of him, but it's okay. You can go ahead and ask.
Thank you. I have no problem with them as humans, meaning I'm not like, if a girl happens to be a side chick, I'm not going to be like, "Oh, she's disgusting. She's this, she's that." I'm not going to do that because it's not her relationship. It's the man or the woman that needs to keep up their end of the bargain. The side chick is an outside person. So like, I'm not going to be mad at her, but for the fact that my man strayed, like it just doesn't make sense to me to go attacking her. So that's what I mean when I say I don't have any problem with them as humans. It's not like I think they're despicable or anything like that. It's just, you know.
I don't think that you have
That's
to
cool.
attack her, but what I'm just saying is that, I mean, like you have to talk to your man or your husband in order to understand what's going wrong. But based off what he's saying, I'm saying you can learn a few things. It's a possibility you can learn a few things from the side chick. So I'm not saying that you have to approach her at all, but she has to be in the situation you talking to him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't mention approaching her.
That's okay. Like I'm gonna come right back to you, Courtney.
Okay.
Sometimes women have to give the side chick praise. What are your thoughts about that? You're on mute.
All right, there we go. So kind of took me a minute, but when you explained a little bit more and I had time to think about it, I understand where you're coming from. So if you look on YouTube right now, there are so many videos on how to be a great side chick, why they are side chicks, why men seek them. I saw this surveyed over 200 men, and only 8% of them said they had a side chick just for sexual purposes. A majority of those men was like, "My woman doesn't make me feel like a man at home. I don't get attention." And so these side chicks are online telling you This is why your man is coming to me, because you're not showing him attention. You're not making him feel like the man. This is why your husband is coming to me, because, you know, sexually I'm more open than you are. And, you know, a whole lot of different reasons. The side chicks got a code that they live by. They make sure that, you know, the man that they're with, that they're silent, so they don't get any combativeness. They don't get any nagging. So if you look at it on that spectrum, I think you could probably learn a little bit more about what these women are doing that's making these men enticed. I don't condone it, of course. I don't think that side chicks should, you know, I'm not physically going to praise them, but if I'm trying to learn more about what these men are doing and why they might stray and the reason why these side chicks are saying it, I mean, it'd behoove me just to listen.
Okay. Anton, sometimes women have to give side chicks praise. What are your thoughts about it?
JR know how to frame questions that just absolutely upend the entire conversation of the panel. But I think that you can learn, right? I think that a lot of times, and even for myself, I always use myself as an example. I even approach every situation as though I'm still like meeting it for the first time. Like even from my marriage and stuff like that, I don't even call my chick my wife. I call her my chick. I call her my girlfriend, because it puts me in the mindset that I'm always still dating. So the idea of it is, a lot of times people, especially women, get complacent. Now you have to think about it differently as far as the dynamics of how men think and how women think. Men are territorial, right? And so when you think about cheating, for example, I think that the dynamics is completely different when you're comparing men to women, right? I don't think that women are as territorial as men. I think that they are territorial. I think that they do have a level of selfishness. But I think that the insight that you can gain as to why men do what they do, you should never discount that, right? I think that if I'm looking at it from a man's perspective, right, all information is useful. But as far as having a side chick, I don't really understand it from a guy's perspective. I don't understand men that have the time to nurture a second relationship. I think that that's a whole nother dynamic. And my chick often laughed at me a lot of times because she like, Anton, I don't even think you ever even gonna be built for a side chick. And I asked her, I'm like, why would you think that? And so she's like, because you too much on your grind. You too busy doing the things that's actually propelling you to be successful, which ultimately I benefit from. And so for me, I think that it's more reasonable if you think about a man and he has a situation where it's like a one-off, right? If he fall into a space, and I don't necessarily say it's right or wrong, but if he falls into a space where he has a situation and he knock a chick off, right? That makes sense to me because that's not being emotionally connected to somebody. But I'd never emotionally connect myself to someone to where I'm actually spending time building her up, nurturing a relationship, and then it just becomes a lot more messy. So I think that, you know, side chicks, if you want to gain insight and glean information as to why people do what they do, it makes sense. But thinking about it from the perspective of me as a man, and if I would, because I can afford it, I can do anything I want, right? Would I ever entertain the possibility of making a whole relationship? Absolutely not. I ain't got time for it. I don't got time for you. And to be honest with you, I don't even care enough about you to ever entertain the possibility of what you want or what you think. Really, it's you serving a purpose for a moment. You do your purpose and then you get out. So I don't subscribe to the idea of having a side chick. That doesn't make sense to me. I got too much time. You got too much time on your hand if you got a side chick, in my opinion.
Let's think about that, Chicago Rella.
Yeah, I was sitting up there, I was listening to everybody else, and really what I was honestly thinking about was I still come back to like, what could a woman learn that she wouldn't be able to have that conversation with her man? Or if the premise is she's not approaching the woman, obviously, and she's being reflective and introspective, then that means she's going to have that conversation with that man. And that conversation is going to look like, well, what am I not fulfilling for you, right? That you have to step outside of the relationship. But the way that I'm built, everything rises and falls on leadership, right? So for me, it's always going to come back to the man as to, you know, is it, if you got a side chick, does your woman know you have that side piece, right? And if she doesn't know, then that's a different dynamic, because like I tell brother, you don't have, like, we don't have to be out here lying to these women. You know, like I said, I had a homeboy that was dealing with 3 different females and knocking them down. How are you pulling this off? And he's like, man, you'd be surprised what a woman will let you do when you just ask them, right? So for me, I don't concept. I'm the same as Anton. I got too much going on as is, and for me, it's enough to deal with one. And me, you know, just focusing on leadership and purpose, that's enough in and of itself. So I couldn't imagine even just to knock off one, right? Like even just to knock off one, I couldn't imagine that, right? So for me, it goes back to the woman, you know, and I would maybe position it to Courtney, honestly, you know, that woman in that situation, I know you don't condone that type of behavior, but what does that look like real time, a woman reflecting on what she could possibly learn from a side chick?
Okay. What does that look like for a woman to look and listen to what side chicks are saying on why men are going to them?
Possibly. I mean,
why could you not learn from that though? Let me ask you a question, Chicago.
Yeah.
Have you ever really just been able to have a civil, logical conversation with a woman? Now you're in the group. That's yes or no.
So
yes or no.
I'm
asking Chicago. Ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm asking Chicago Rilla. Have you been able to have a legit conversation logically with a woman? And I'm sorry, and I see you in the group.
Right. So I'm going to answer that 2 different ways, because I think that social media stuff is one. In my real life, I'm in a long-term relationship myself. So we have these types of discussions, and we lay the ground rules for rules of engagement to begin with. We set boundaries and all that other good stuff to begin with. And I know it's important for me to be transparent, open, vulnerable, honest more than anything with her. So we often have questions when she tells me she notices patterns about me, and when I'm not in pattern, that's how she picks up that something is wrong. So when she picks up something is off in my pattern, that's when we really start to have those conversations about what's going on. So to answer your question, yes, in my real life, I can have logical, what I understand to be logical conversations with a woman.
That's fair enough.
Anton, I see you over there.
Wait.
I kind of look confused like a mug.
So wait a minute, like, because it's easy to have a conversation with the person that you land next to, right? I'm saying, like, have you had conversations? And well, I'm not saying it, but what I'm wondering is, do you have in-depth conversations with other people that's not necessarily invested in what it is that you and them are building together?
Great question. The answer to that would be yes. I'm real particular about who I surround myself with in real life. In real life, there's no squares in my circle. So I'm real particular about the women I associate with in real life. And these are women that I consider sisters. And I got about 5 of them that I consider sisters that I can call up and we have real conversations, right? Now, again, I take what people say on face value. I don't do the whole deep dive. Is she lying? Is she giving me the honest? Is she telling me the real this, that? I take what people say at face value. So if I'm thinking about the question the way that Courtney posed it, and if I think about the conversations that I've had with women in my real life that I consider to be friends and sisters, then the answer for that is yes. Now, do all of those conversations, are they all pretty? Are they all, based in this reason and logic? Is it all a Zamunda utopia? No, of course not. But for the most part, I have open, honest conversations.
You said that they sisters, right?
All right, we'll let you rock with that then, because I hear. Okay, we'll let you rock.
I mean, hey, get to it. I mean, because I would love for somebody to tell me about my experience.
What does that mean, bro? What do you mean?
So, between you.
You're not getting emotional.
This happened last week with Iceberg. This happened with Iceberg.
You're not getting emotional on me, bro. Like, I would love for somebody to tell me about my experience. We just asking general questions, bro.
Yeah, and this is general. You're talking about
Hold on. That time, let me ask you this: what was the bookend to what you asked me?
No, I'm trying to understand where you're coming from with the information that you're given. Like, so I'll give you an example. So if you're saying, I don't understand this, that, and so, right? Then I'm trying to figure out where did you glean that information? Like, why do you feel the way that you feel? What helps you to develop this opinion? Did you kick it with other people? So on and so forth. It's just a general question, man. You don't like.
Yeah, I hear you. I get that.
I don't even got my hoodie on. It's right here.
I mean, you know, I'm not doing wardrobe change this week. You do what you feel is necessary. But what I'm saying is
that because of what Tawana said to you last week?
I mean, no, I'm not doing because I'm not doing the wardrobe change. But if I'm because this happened with the Iceberg Slim scenario last week, and it was, oh, I'm gonna let you rock. That's the bookend of what you said. I don't believe you, dog. I'm gonna let you rock, but I'm telling you my experience. So
no, I don't believe it. Honestly, like if we want to be like, I don't feel like you just kick it with women on a regular basis, and you be tapping in like, what do you think about this? Like, I don't believe it.
Right. True. It's not weird. Okay, you're giving kind of anecdotal. Of course,
I don't believe
you're
that.
going to say that, but in general, when you talk to women, Facebook or not, in general, that's what we're saying. So I don't need to know just your personal life. Because I have personal situations that might not fit in there, but in general, do you think?
One of the reasons why I don't believe it is because I don't even care about what women think, to be honest with you, bro. Like, I don't care enough to actually even. So, like, if Courtney was to ask me that, am I kicking with women on a regular basis or something like that, gleaning information? Honestly, no. Because I really don't care about what women are saying and what they're doing. That has no effect on how I'm gonna move and the conversations that I'm gonna have and how I'm gonna move in my purpose. Honestly. So when you said I can't relate. So when you said, yo, I be talking to 5 different girls or they like sisters to me or whatever, however you framed it, right? I believe that you have a circle of these people in your circle. I'm not discounting that, but I honestly don't feel like you're actually gleaning and looking for insight and information as to how you can look at things differently based off the information that these women. I don't think that you.
Wait, hold on.
Come on.
What was the? See, you trying to cipher something off that wasn't said. She said, "Do I have logical conversations with females?" That was the question. Yes.
Let's clarify that. Logical meaning emotions don't get involved. That you can be honest with, and they can honestly talk to you with no emotions involved, like you're talking to another man.
I already conceded that point. I said they're not all pretty. They're not all logical, but for the most part, the conversations that I have with the people that I consider sisters, I have those conversations. I don't understand.
Are they like related to you?
No,
they're not related. They sisters.
Okay.
Like I don't even honestly.
And this
really?
This is the crazy thing.
I don't have no female friends that I'm not interested in sleeping.
But this is the thing, and I would ask you
what?
Consider this what? Because I remember you saying, "Hey, I can see that I'm not like everybody. I'm my own man, and this, that, and the third, right?" So why is it hard for you to believe that somebody else's experience is different from yours?
I'm not believing it. It's just that I don't understand it, and it don't sound right when you framing it the way you framing it. Like I heard you say earlier in the show when you said you take things at face value, and when somebody says something, that's just the end of it, right? Is that what you said? Like you believe them at their word? I don't. Like I glean and I pay attention to the way people say stuff. I use my own experience to make sense of it, and like I've often said, and JR know this to be true. I don't really believe that men and women can be best friends like that without, at some point, most men wanting to sleep with the person that they chilling with spending an extended period amount of time. So I don't even, if I'm not looking to move that way, then I don't even put myself in a position to even call you a best friend. Like, I'm not kicking it with you on the phone. If it's not some purpose that we're achieving, whether it's like you and me doing business or coaching or something like that, like I'm not kicking it with women in the sense that, oh, you my friend and stuff like that. So I'm not even checking for them. If you're not serving the purpose of my life, It's weird to me, honestly.
And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That's cool because that's what works for Anton, right? Could you concede, even a little bit, that it might be different for somebody else? You might not understand it. It might not be for you to understand. That doesn't mean that it doesn't occur. That's why I keep saying just because you pour syrup on it, don't make it pancakes.
Listen, my thing is, it may be true. I could be wrong. I just don't believe it. That's all I'm saying. I'm conceding that everything you say could very well be true. Everything I say can very much be a lie. You know what I'm saying? But it could be true. I could be wrong. I'm just saying that I don't believe it. It don't make sense to me.
But then the question becomes, you don't believe it based on what? Your own personal experience, your own personal belief. I want to say just because you put.
I'm gonna go to Kay real quick. Kay, what you thinking about this conversation? I want to get your thoughts on it.
So, you know, maybe I misunderstood the question or like the topic because I'm reading it across the screen. Women have to give the side chick praise. I was talking about that, but it seems like a lot of people are talking about, can you learn something from them? Which I think is a whole different conversation. But just in terms, I mean, if we're switching to that topic now, I mean, you can always learn something from anybody, in my opinion. Like, let's say I walk around the house looking raggedy all day, every day, and then I see my man out here liking pictures of some Instagram model. I can be like, you know what? Maybe I need to step my game up. I can learn that from a person. But in terms of me praising a side chick, like, that's not a career. I don't... You can hardly get people to praise like master's degrees, but you want me to praise somebody for being a side chick? Like, no, I'm not going to praise a side chick. However, like I said before, I'm not against them as humans at all, like whatever. But there are things you can learn from a person that your man may be like showing interest in. And that should be a conversation that you have with your man before he steps out and breaks his word to you and stops being integral and shows that he's weak and scared. Because honestly, if you're not weak and scared, why can't you just tell your woman, you know what, you're not doing it for me anymore, and I'm going to go talk to this other girl. And if you don't like it, you can leave, or let me know what you want to do. That's how it should be. I do not honor dishonesty and lying regardless of what it is. I'm just not gonna be cool with that. But that does not mean that there is nothing you can learn. Like I said, the example about if I walk around the house raggedy all day and then I find out my man is texting with some girl that's always like well put together. Yeah, I might be like, you know what? I see what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand that to an extent, but praising
that's
side
not
chicks,
unreasonable. That's not unreasonable. I can roll with it.
I actually agreed with what you were saying, Anton, earlier. And Chicago Rilla. Oh my goodness. How are we agreeing? But I actually agreed with y'all. It was, I got it. I was down with what y'all were saying. I just noticed that the question kind of switched from like giving praise to them to learning something from them. I just want to see if we were all on the same topic.
All right, I'm gonna try
but
to
Chicago,
go ahead.
Before you do this, but Chicago, I do want to give you some credit and acknowledge when you said that dudes should be real. Like, whatever I'm gonna do and however I'm gonna move, I'm gonna be transparent in it. I don't believe in secrets. I don't believe in all of that other type of stuff. So I do want to give you some acknowledgement and say that I do agree with a lot of what you were saying, including the idea that you need to be transparent and real about how you're gonna move. I want to give you some credit on that, bro. I see you still like you look like you balled up right now. I wanna make sure that you're all right, bro. I gotta check in on you and make sure you're good, fam.
All right, Chicago Rilla. You seem like you're good. P. Ray, we're gonna try this. Sometimes women have to give the side chick praise. What are your thoughts about it? I'm gonna take you off mute. Go ahead.
Okay. So I don't believe that we need to give a side chick praise. I don't believe in side chicks, right? I believe that there are 8 billion people. I'm trying to get myself readjusted.
What?
There's 8 billion people on the planet. You asked me a question. There are 8 billion people on the planet, right? So at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. I don't call women side chicks. I don't call women whores. I don't do any of that because people are going to do what they want to do, however they want to do it. I think that we, because of ego, we like to really talk bad about women who exercise, who enjoy men. You understand? So no, it's nothing that a side chick can teach me, but it's something that another woman can teach me. And I'm not gonna approach another woman over a man when there are 4 billion men on the planet. Come on now. That's crazy.
It's not 4 billion. It's not 4 billion. But hold on, wait a minute.
4
Wait a
billion.
minute.
There are 8 billion
Hey,
people on the planet. And half 50.
It's not an equal split. It's not half and half. It's more women than there are men.
51% are men. So
that's cool.
More
but here's the part that
one of the things that you over one.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead. Go ahead and finish.
That's cool. I want to let her finish. Go ahead.
Go ahead, P. Ray.
Yeah. Personally, that's how I feel. I don't and you can hear from my comments in the group. I'm not that person that's gonna I've been married. Let's start there. I've been married. I got married very young and I got out of that jam very young. So that's not a goal for me. And
you look at
you
look at marriage as a jam.
It was in a way, yeah. Like I said, because there are so many people out here for you to be exposed to, and so many people who can help you do the things that you want to do without you being tied to this one particular person. Again, this is my experience. So no, I'm never gonna go and get in a woman's face about a man. Why? There's so many men. That's crazy to me. So no, you can't teach me anything, but a beautiful woman can teach me how to dress. She can teach me, how to put extra cushions in my high heels so I can wear them all day. Little things like that. But I'm not going to go to a woman and ask her, how do you sexually please this man? Who cares? Find a man who finds you sexually pleasing.
I have a question.
I don't know. That's so weird for me. Because go ahead. You go ahead, Corey.
I have a question. Okay, so you said that you can learn from a woman to, as far as with dress and, high heels and things like that. But what if that woman said that she knows these things because she's a side piece and this is what makes her attractive to men?
I would say that's her business. I'm not.
But you would still listen to her, right?
Of course, she's a human being.
Okay, because
that she's doing. I'm not going to say that she should be totally discounted and thrown away. No. You can learn something from each and every person. So like for me, myself, there are femininity groups that I participate in and other types of social networks that I'm in. And women talk about this all day. We're not in these groups talking about you a side chick, boo, get her out the group. No. Because women have, our issue as women is that the whole side chick comes from us valuing men more than we value each other. And so I'm not going to put more value on a man than I would put on a fellow woman. So yeah, she can teach me whatever she wants to teach me. Teach me your side chick pasta.
Well, the reason why I asked that, because at the beginning you said she couldn't teach you anything.
No, I mean, for my man, you understand? So I'm in a relationship with a man that I really, 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 really enjoy. If a woman called my phone and said, girl, I'm with him too. Matter of fact, I'll give you all the story. Somebody did call my phone yesterday and try to cause some drama between me and my guy. And I was like, okay, it's enough for everybody. You're not getting me in that space, but it's emotion. And I'm telling you, this is how I am as a woman. I don't care. It's so many men out here, so many.
I don't care.
So I'm not going to get myself all balled up over a man. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Hey, wait, P. Ray, can I ask you something?
Good
to meet you, Chicago-Rilla.
Nice to meet you, Chicago-Rilla.
Hey, did you say that the women value men more than they value each other?
Yes.
And you find that problematic? Like
yes.
The woman should value the woman more than she values the man?
Women need to stick together, period. You understand? Men stay on code for one another at all times. But women, we will get into it with a woman. We have turned all our friends against the woman. We'll be on her page. We'll be calling her kids ugly and everything over a man. And
what?
The thing is, I'm telling you, I've been a woman my whole life.
I hope so.
I'm giving you a few steps. But no, straight up though.
Hey, say it again. Say it again.
I've been a woman my my whole
Okay.
So you know, we have to be very serious
Yeah,
about
let me
it.
scroll. Somebody in the
And
comments
how
say they questioning it or what?
no, we're not questioning, but I'm being dead serious. You know,
Okay.
like we really gotta understand that men are in abundance, and because
They're not. They're not.
men are in abundance. The only way men are not in abundance is if you exclusively date black men. Then men are not in abundance. But if you are an
Oh,
open-minded woman,
Oh man.
men are
P. Ray.
everywhere.
P. Ray.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
dog.
I totally disagree. I
I'm
completely.
telling you,
Men are
the
not
guy
in
that I date-
abundance.
The guy that I date right now. So I got married very young. I moved to Africa. I met this supermodel. We had this baby. We lived this life. Okay. I speak French. I got
What?
residency, all kind of stuff. You got to read the book. But after we broke up, I was on the radio. A guy heard me, inboxed me, and boom, it's working. It's popping on a level that I never even thought I would be existing at with a man. And because I met that man out the blue, and he's introduced me to other men like himself, I now know that those men are out here, and that it's okay to date exclusively at a certain level. It's okay to exclusively deal with a certain type of man because they're everywhere.
Really?
But women just pretend like they aren't, and then we put more value on them than we do each other. And I don't subscribe to that at all.
All right, P. Ray. I'm gonna go to Kay first, and I'm gonna go to Courtney. Go ahead, Kay. Like you wanted to say something.
I don't know what P. Ray was saying. It was very all over the place.
No, it's just that I'm not.
Hold on, P. Ray. Hold on, P. Ray. Hold on, P. Ray. Let her finish. Go ahead.
P. Ray, I didn't say anything while you were speaking, so please afford me that same respect. I just am confused about what she's saying because it was kind of all over the place, went into testimonies about her life. Not sure how that has anything to do with the actual topic that we're talking about. I thought the topic was still about side chicks and whether or not they deserve praise. I don't know. I've never been on here before, so I'm trying to see how it works. But in terms of all of that was just said, women seeing more value in men than each other. I think I get the street that P. Ray was trying to go down, but I don't know if the point was really as concise as it could have been. So like P. Ray, if you could just put in a couple of sentences. What are you saying?
No,
Ray, can I reframe the question? Honestly, are you for the streets?
What?
Are you for the streets? You muted.
Hold on, I'm back. No, I'm not for the streets. I'm just not for y'all. So
what?
Who is y'all?
Ocean, no.
So
yeah.
When I say y'all, I'm saying people who put these messages of side chicks and all this other stuff. When we talk about a side chick being praised, this woman has already gotten a label, a negative label. Side chick, I don't put negative labels on women. This is my point that I'm trying to make. I'm not going to call a woman a side chick and then say we shouldn't take advice from her. No.
But she's literally a side chick.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, Court. So if you see a child molester, oh, she left. Where'd she go, bro? I mean, because it doesn't make sense. Like, if a dude is a child molester, he trash. He a pedophile. Like, if a dude is a murderer,
he's a murderer.
He doesn't respect human life. And then all of a sudden, we empower women so much to where they're above reproach. They're above being addressed accordingly. If you a whore, you a whore. If you for the streets, you for the streets. If you a side chick, you a side chick. Like, I'm not about to modify the English language to make people. Hold on. No, okay.
Hold on. One at a time. We're not gonna keep talking to each other. One at a time.
Welcome back. But the whole point is, we're not about to continue to make words mean something differently or respect them as a human. I don't respect a pedophile as a human. I don't respect a murderer as a human. I don't, like, you're subhuman to me. And just because you're a woman does not mean you're above being addressed appropriately. And I'm not going to act like, because we tried to skip over that part. Look at you. You're emotional. You're not listening. We tried to skip over that part, but the whole idea is.
I feel that because I don't subscribe to men being more valuable than women, then now I'm for the streets. Now I'm a whore. No, I have a man that I deal with.
I didn't say you was anything. I asked you.
However, wait a minute, because because as I was listening, you all called me.
I got you.
You asked me if I'm for the streets. I mean, if I'm for the streets. No, I'm not for the streets. Do we treat whores and pedophiles and murderers the same way? No, a pedophile hurts people. A murderer takes a life. A woman that you call a whore uses her body how she wants to use her body, and that's her business between her and her lovers. That's my point. So no, I'm not going to sit here and say that side chicks or women who like men who like them back. We're not going to just say that they are valueless. Absolutely not. Why? Because men think so? No.
Go ahead, Courtney. I know you want to respond.
I'm just gonna let her talk. I mean, hey, okay. The fact that I think that you're trying to be really, pro woman, super feminist, and the thing is, again, we always talk about.
I'm not a feminist.
Okay. Well, you're talking the rhetoric that feminists do. So you might not call yourself a feminist, but the words that you are saying is feminist rhetoric. So you have to call a spade a spade. If a woman is acting like a hoe, then that's what it is.
What is
just like
hoe? That's her business. That's her coochie. That's her coochie. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is this.
What?
When we call women whores, sluts, all this kind of stuff, it's only because you are valuing her body in a way that she does not. And I don't think that people have the.
Well, a hoe doesn't value her body at all, and that's the problem. Well, a hoe is a hoe when she puts it out there in the street, when she's in a slut walk and excited about, I've had sex with 100 people, and they are on YouTube saying it.
Amber Rose is mother.
What?
What?
Yo, listen. Hold on.
I love this slut walk.
This is a teachable moment.
What?
This is a teachable moment. Hold on, Court. Hold on, Court.
I'm not one of these women that put on these performances.
Hold on, let her finish.
No. I want to let her finish because this is the example of what's wrong with black women in general. So go ahead and talk so we can see it.
Yeah. What did you just say last? I'm sorry. What did you say last?
My thing is, I don't listen, honey. I don't have no problem. No. So we talk about the problem with black women. The thing is this: black women don't belong to black men. And if black men have an issue with how black women are starting to own their sexuality, then black women got to go where we're liked, loved, and respected. That's
so for the streets. So you for the streets then?
All the time in the group, there are so many men on the planet. Let me tell you this. Let me.
So you for the streets? Long story short.
My guy is an older guy, successful guy. Okay. No, because I'm for him. I'm 100% for him.
The streets.
So I remember we had took this trip. He owns a plane. We took a trip on the flight. I'm for him, not for you. That's the thing. I keep saying I'm not for y'all think that women's supposed to be going out of their way, bending over backwards to put on these mating rituals and these performances to be with educated black men. And there are lots of men on the planet. Y'all know.
JR, can we move on, bro?
People in the black male tribe. This is ridiculous.
So he on the plane now.
No. Men are everywhere. Enjoy the ones who want you. You don't have to be, huh?
Your man on you said your man on the plane?
We on the plane. I had on this little outfit. This little, like a little short set. On his plane.
All right, P. Ray.
You can't wear this when we going. You got to change her.
So let me. One more question. Last question.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
we trying.
I get it.
Yeah.
So wait. So my thing is, before you move on to the next thing, JR, if for men on the plane, and why is our internet connection so bad? You know what I'm saying? Like, you telling me you can't upgrade Wi-Fi? Your Wi-Fi is on 3, but your man is on millionaire status. What are we talking about, bro? Like, come on, man. I'm not about to let people just walk up and just have this bad behavior, man. JR, come on, man. Can we go to the next subject, bro?
All right, P. Ray.
Next topic. I'm
Hey,
and I everywhere enjoy them all.
man,
P Ray,
I
get
don't
yourself
know.
P Ray, get
Yo,
yourself
this
a
is this
journal.
I'm about to get
this
another
is your
sound bite. I'm
tribe.
about to get
This
some.
is
I'm
your
about to
tribe.
get some.
Women,
I have a
women, this is
journal.
your tribe.
Write in it because this is not the time. Like you're giving us your whole life story for what? It's not relevant to
No,
anything we're talking
I'm
about.
gonna get something to show like you.
Oh my God. Okay.
Wi-Fi. Hey, call Plainzilla
Hey, like,
and
I'm about
have
to
them
probably have her.
upgrade your Wi-Fi.
About to probably have her call in on this one because she can't keep a stable connection for shit.
She said he fly. Hey, he on a plane, hunty. That's what she said.
I don't know, P. Ray. You might have better come back from this one.
Man, I don't want nobody to say nothing else about me about when I'm talking about my money. I can't. I'm not dealing with it, bro.